Happy February 18th. JLD here, and welcome to Strategy Today. In this show, we talk about MSTR versus the Magnificent Seven. We talk about the 12 US states that own significant shares of MSTR. We talk about the top institutions that own Strategy and added to their position recently. We also talk about the other 21 rules of Bitcoin, and I have two great videos, one of Michael Saylor, one of David Sachs. And this video is not financial advice. But please do comment below. Let me know where you're watching from, what you're thinking, what your thoughts are. We're having some great conversations in the comment section, so please add to that. And let's dive in. All right, I want to start today off with a post from Strategy, the actual X account itself. Strategy MSTR has returned 2,632% since the Bitcoin standard era, BSE, August 10th of 2020, almost 7x the average return of the Magnificent Seven. As you can see, here's MSTR and here are the Magnificent Seven. All very impressive, but none nearly as impressive as what an orange candle can do for you. Let's move on over to this next post from Divya. She shares the top institutional shareholders of MSTR: Vanguard, Capital International Investors, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, State Street. I mean, look at the amount of shares these individuals have. They are huge investors in MSTR, in Strategy. This is the quote unquote smart money. This is the quote unquote in the know money. So very interesting and exciting to see these top institutional shareholders diving in like this. And then Ben Workman shares, there is a very strong group of shareholders who added more than 1 million shares to their MSTR holdings in Q4 2024. And that was these UBS, Cantor, Clear, Bank of Montreal, Norges Bank, National Bank of Canada, and BlackRock. And you can see what they did here, which is very exciting. This is their Q3 holdings, their Q4 holdings, and of course, their change, and then their change percentage. So some of them added a huge percentage. Like Bank of Canada went from 20,000 shares to 1.8 million shares. That's an 8,695% increase. Bank of Montreal, almost 4,817% increase. I mean, something those Canadians know is pretty awesome and exciting. Let's move on over to this post from Julian. Big strategy update. 12 US states reported public MSTR holdings in Q1. These are pension funds or treasury, totaling 330 million. So look at all these states: Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Louisiana, Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin. They all reported holding MSTR, all reported holding Strategy in Q1. So very exciting things. Now, Adam has the 21 more rules of Bitcoin because, as a lot of you know, I've been going over Michael Saylor's 21 rules of Bitcoin for the last 5 days, the last 5 videos. I've been sharing one rule of Bitcoin from Michael Saylor's keynote presentation about the 21 rules of Bitcoin. And I don't know if Michael Saylor watches Strategy today, but I will say just yesterday he tweeted his 21 rules of Bitcoin kind of out of the blue. So maybe that inspired him to post that. Who knows? And then maybe that post by, and I know that post by Michael Saylor inspired Adam to post this. So what kind of a chain effect are we having? I hope a lot. 21 more rules of Bitcoin. 1, the fiat mind fears Bitcoin. The sovereign mind embraces it. 2, the first block is the hardest. After that, it's just time preference. 3, Bitcoin is not an investment. It is an escape plan. 4, you don't find Bitcoin. Bitcoin finds you. 5, Bitcoin is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a don't stay poor strategy. 6, every Bitcoin sat hoarded today is a wage slave freed tomorrow. 7, if you think you're late, zoom out. 8, the price is a distraction. The protocol is the revolution. 9, Bitcoin doesn't care about your feelings. 10, your government will tell you Bitcoin is dangerous because it is to them. 11, the hardest part of Bitcoin is unlearning everything you were taught about money. 12, the more you understand Bitcoin, the more insane the fiat world appears. 13, if you don't run a node, you're trusting someone else's ledger. 14, Bitcoin will break your models, then break your minds. 15, Bitcoin miners are the beating heart, nodes are the immune system. 16, the fork wars proved one thing: you can't fork decentralization. 17, Bitcoin is not a company, but it bankrupts those who bet against it. 18, your Bitcoin is only as safe as your private keys. 19, every time you sell Bitcoin, you create a new Bitcoiner. 20, fiat is a promise, Bitcoin is the truth. 21, the revolution won't be televised, but it will be timestamped on chain. And here's Michael Saylor's post yesterday on the 21 rules of Bitcoin, which again, we've been going through for the past 5 days. And today's actually rule number 6, which we will be getting to pretty shortly. So stick around for that. And then this last post from the Bitcoin therapist who posts, it doesn't get any better than this. And that is from Elon Musk sharing, looking for the gold at Fort Knox. And it's gone. And this is just, of course, all about some people wanting to have the gold at Fort Knox audited to make sure that everything is there that is claimed to be there. Some people think it's not. Some people think it is. Maybe time will tell. We'll see. And Michael Saylor posts, Bitcoin fixes this. Yes, it does, Michael. Yes, it does. Now we got a couple of videos coming your way, one from David Sachs, and then the number rule 6 of Bitcoin, the number 6 rule of Bitcoin from Michael Saylor. So gentlemen, take it away.
Recast for us, if you will, the value of Bitcoin specifically, cryptocurrency and blockchain technology in general. As we're now in the Trump administration era, we're in the back half of the 2020s. Back 5 years ago plus, there was talks about using it as a means of buying things. Now it's more about the store of value and the way perhaps hedge against inflation in various currencies. What do you see as the real value and the reason why the United States government should be paying so much attention to it?
Well, I think there's a few different aspects here when you're talking about digital aspects. So first of all, you got Bitcoin. It was the first digital currency, and it's the original. It's the strongest one. In the parlance of the industry, it's the most lindy, meaning it's been around for over a dozen years now. No one's ever hacked it. No one's ever cracked the security around it. And so it is an excellent store of value. So that would be point number one. Bitcoin is run on, as you know, a blockchain. It's basically a distributed ledger, which is essentially a form of decentralized computing. And that platform can be used to create a lot of other types of products. And so that would be sort of technology area number 2, is all the innovation that can be built on top of blockchains. And then I would say a third area that's very interesting is stablecoins. And this is an area that has already taken off, but mostly offshore. We want to bring that innovation onshore. We want to enable legislation to allow the issuance of stablecoins in the United States. And I think the power of stablecoins is that it could extend the dollar's dominance internationally, extend it online digitally, and create potentially trillions of dollars of new demand for our U.S. treasuries, which could help support our debt and bring down long-term interest rates. So I think these are all 3 very exciting areas of digital asset technology.
Bitcoin will protect you, but Bitcoin won't protect you if you don't wear the armor. You have to suit up. What does that mean? You're going to walk through fire. You're going to go through a molten volcano. Don't armor up 1% of your body. Don't cover 5% of your body. Suit up. Buy the Bitcoin. Control the Bitcoin, right? Maybe this means not your keys, not your coin. Maybe this means it doesn't help to tell everybody you know about Bitcoin, but be afraid to buy it. It doesn't help to buy it if you don't control it. It doesn't help, when you put 1% of your assets into Bitcoin and the rest go to 0, and the 1% increases by a factor of 20 or 30 or 100, you'll be saying to yourself, I guess I got something. And then you'll look back and you'll think, I'd be a lot better if 99% of my body hadn't been burned. Maybe I could have suited up more than 1% of my body. Don't leave yourself with an Achilles heel.
And there you have it, another episode of Strategy Today. And being Tuesday, it's Tracker Tuesday. So I have two trackers I want to go through right now. The first one's here at MSTR-tracker.com. This is Radu's site. And the stock price closed last Friday at $337 for a market cap of $87 billion. 118 out of 500 for the S&P 500 ranking. The daily traded volume slipped a little bit, number 11 out of 499, which is still insane considering it's the 118th company with the 11th highest daily traded volume. Bitcoin's right now just chopping around 95.7. We have 478,740 Bitcoin to date. That gives us 2.28% of the total supply of Bitcoin for all time. As you can see, the Bitcoin value per diluted share is $158 for 346,357 MSTR share cost in Satoshis. The NAV premium against diluted share, 2.133x, so very low on this. Looking forward to the convertible bonds coming out for a total unrealized profit loss of $14 billion with a 47% return. And as you can see, the Bitcoin both yield and quarter to date is 4.14%. And the total gain quarter to date is $869 million. That's an average of $17.75 million a day for the average gain on this for Bitcoin accounting, for the fair update for Bitcoin accounting. Let's move on over to strategy.com. And as I shared, they have some great tabs up here. We went over notes a couple days ago. I want to go over the debt section now. Of course, this is the main section right here. You have some great stuff. We went over this one recently. And now I want to go over debt because this shows you all of their converts in all the years, the average price, the maturity, which is averaging at 4.7 years. That's kind of a number I think they want to keep that around to make sure they can extend out through an entire Bitcoin cycle. The coupon price is now at 0.532%, which is insane. As you can see, the last couple ones were at 0% here. So very great to be bringing that number down. Moving on over to the Bitcoin par is 75,793 with a conversion price average of $410. In fact, all of them are currently in the money except for this one right here, this Convert 2029, which is a conversion price at $672. So hope you enjoyed today's episode. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just for your enjoyment and entertainment only. If you appreciate the hard work that I'm putting in every single day, producing a video like this for you, please comment below. That's where I love seeing those comment metrics. I love engaging with you in the comments. I love the likes and the shares. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, that'd be very appreciated. So thank you for doing all those things if you're getting value from this. Because please do remember, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So I'm honored you're spending a little bit of time here with me today and Michael Saylor today. And as the great Michael Saylor likes to say, there is no second best.
What's the second best? There is no second best.